Francesca, thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to have a little chat about all things Prospect, how you got involved, what you think of the award show, all that good stuff. So let's start off with, how did you initially get involved in Prospect and how long have you been doing it for?
Not very long, actually. I was involved in Prospect because I met EJ through just common friends at NGY. And then, he knew that I had quite a bit of knowledge of music through my years of being a musician myself, and then right now working with musicians on a daily basis. So he just kind of decided to call me up.
So what do you think makes Prospect different from other award shows? So you've got things like the Grammys, the Brits, obviously Prospect's a little bit different. Why do you think it stands out?
It stands out because it looks for new talent. Of course, Prospect does not put out talent that, hasn't had a lot of experience yet. There's a particular choice that we have to make every time that we choose the people who are going to be in Prospect. And most of the time when we listen to their sound, we need to make sure that they are complete as people. There's a lot of bands who come back every year, and then after a little bit they make part of a Prospect because finally their sound has gotten to the perfect kind of way that we expect.
Yeah, I think as well it's like we're looking for artists that like know their sound and know their image and know who they are, and they have that. It's just a case of like them getting into the charts and getting on the radio and selling out shows and that kind of thing. Like that's where they're going to end up going. Obviously during lockdown it's a little bit boring. Has there been anybody on your playlists that have been on repeat? Have you discovered anyone new? Like who you've been really into?
I discovered a couple of new people, especially this new guy. He's actually from Derby. His name is Yale. He was just signed at Warner Bros. And he's a friend of friends. So I didn't really know him yet, but I met him during this lockdown, which was nice. And he does make very beautiful music. The people that I listen to the most right now are the people that are around me. As I said, I work with musicians on a daily basis. So I listen to Nicolette Shea, Benjamin Lewis, Andre the producer, Chow Emain, or people like that. However, if I'm, just feeling a little bit, just kind of like going on Spotify and doing my thing, I would probably say I go to Beyonce, as always.
Oh yeah, classic.
Come on.
Gotta love it. Yeah. You, especially like working with musicians and stuff, you're gonna know that COVID has had a big impact on them and the industry in general. So do you think that next year or in the future the music industry is going to bounce back, or do you think it's going to take a little bit of time to sort of get back to where it was?
I would say right now, I myself am involved in a lot of projects that include musicians, and I would say we are fighting this pandemic. It's not easy, but we are doing it. However, I do realize that there's a big loss when it comes to the music industry. So even though everyone is working really hard and we're trying to, everyone is trying to uplift smaller creators and stuff like that, I would say because of how the bigger losses, we will need a little bit of time to get back to where we were. But the good thing is that through the internet, we did find a lot of collaborations and things that we would have not found before COVID.
Yeah, true.
Because before COVID, everyone would just go around. You would ask friends of friends of friends of friends, but you wouldn't see creators put their stuff online, which is what we did during this whole pandemic. So now everything is going amazingly.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I think as well because of the pandemic, everybody's trying to find new ways to communicate with people. So like, for example, now we would be doing this meeting like face to face, but now we've got to do it over Zoom. And I suppose that's the same for musicians who, can't meet up face to face and can't do live shows. So they're trying to find ways around that to to get their music out there.
I'm involved in 6 music videos that are going to happen next week. We're going to start shooting them next week.
Oh wow.
And we did the casting online as well. We did a lot of things online, and I found, as I said, being kind of like a liaison for everyone. I get contacted a lot, and through internet I got contacts from people anywhere in the world calling me saying, hey, do you have any anyone who can do this kind of work for me? And I would say, yeah, I have them right there. You know, it was very odd, but it was lovely. Yeah.
And that's the great thing about the internet, isn't it? So smaller artists and venues have been hit especially hard. What do you think that the public can do to support those smaller artists and also their local smaller music venues?
Well, first of all, stream as much as you can.
Yes.
Listen to your smaller artists. They are actually good. I mean, I'm not saying everyone is good, but we do, especially here in the Midlands, we do have a lot of artists that are phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they have not been signed because they've not been out there. So stream as much as you can, because streaming does bring a little bit of money. After that, make sure to, you know, look at YouTube videos, make sure to go to their concerts or their listening parties or whatever it is right after COVID is done. You know what I mean? Or even like, let's say there's a lot of events that have been happening online where you can, you know, listen to music and you can pay as much as you want. There's, you know, the paying site on the side whilst you watch the whole thing online. Just go and do that. Share as much as you can, because this industry has not been covered from the government when it comes to COVID. A lot of industries we have not been helped at all.
Yeah.
We've been told just go and find a job for yourself. This is our job. This is what we need to do. So try as much as you can to support your local artists.
Yeah. I mean, I was speaking to EJ about it in his interview and saying, you know, that like what you said, the government hasn't helped with the musicians in the entertainment industry and stuff. And like what you said, I think it is really important, especially to support those smaller artists, for sure. Going into 2021, what genre of music would you absolutely love to see in the charts, on the radio?
I don't know. I feel like the genre that I've been wanting to hear a little bit more of was Afrobeat, which has been taken off in the past couple of years. That has been, you know, taken off in the radio. You can hear it everywhere. There's a lot of mainstream artists. I would say maybe it would be good to hear a little bit more of soul.
Oh yeah.
On the radio. There's a lack of soul. There's a lot of pop, but there's a lot of like artists that make pop soul, which is still something that can be played on the radio, and it's not too heavy, but it does have some kind of difference to it. So yeah, I would say probably pop soul. That's my genre right now. Yeah.
So out of all the past Prospect nominees, obviously there's been so many of them, who's been your favorite and why?
I can't decide.
So many in there.
I did particularly root for Stormzy.
Yeah.
When he was nominated, because I think he was rather small when he was nominated in the Prospect Awards, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think he was sort of gaining popularity in the underground scene. It definitely wasn't like in the charts.
It wasn't pre-Glastonbury, so let's just say that. Pre-Crown album. I would say Stormzy 100%. I don't have a lot of, how do I say it? I've been here only a couple of years. I come from Italy, so I do have as much knowledge as I can, which I got from the internet. But at the same time, when it comes to British music, there's a big variety that a lot of people don't know of. Yeah. So through Prospect, I did kind of, you know, gain a lot of knowledge, and Stormzy was one of them. I do particularly like Stormzy. He's a bit of a guilty pleasure, and he's also super cute. So,
if you could choose one song title to summarize 2020, what song title would you use?
I don't know. I try to think about one of the worst titles that I can think of, like something like that has disaster in the name or something. I can't remember right now. But at the same time, it was lovely because it did give us, well, to a certain extent, it was lovely. Because through quarantine, we did get a lot of time to kind of, you know, work on our craft as well. Yeah. I wouldn't know. I would say After the Storm by Kali Uchis and Tyler, the creator. Because, you know, there's been a storm. Right now we're getting into 2021. We're done.
Yeah, no, that's
hopefully.
I like that. It's a positive one. It gives a positive look at
yeah, exactly.
So if you could describe in one word this year's list of nominees without saying who any of them are, because we're going to keep them secret, but if you could describe the list in one word, what would you choose?
Very kind of alternative and diverse. I would say alternative for now. Yeah,
alternative. Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna do a quick fire round, so I'm gonna give you two options and you've just got to say as quick as you can whatever your instinct says which one you prefer.
All right,
are you ready?
Yeah,
Cool. So, pop or rock?
Rock.
Toast or cereal? Intimate gig or stadium show?
Oh, intimate gig every day.
Loud or quiet?
Loud.
Pub or club?
Pub.
Old music or new music?
Oh, new music.
Spotify or Apple Music?
Spotify.
Yeah. Christmas or New Year?
Oh, New Year's.
Okay, you passed. Well done. Yay.
Oh, thank you.
So now comes the time where I'm going to ask you to grab your pen and paper and write down who you think is going to win Prospect 2021. Don't tell me, don't show the camera. We're going to keep it a secret. And then as we get close to the final, we'll all see who we've...
Hey, let me think about it. Okay, I have it.
You have it straight away?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay.
Right, you got to fold that up, keep it safe. Don't lose it, don't show anyone. Cool. So thank you so much for chatting with me today. It's been really lovely. Have you got anything that you want to say to the people? Any last words?
As I said, make sure to support your local artists. We are a struggling industry.
Yes, do it. Support your local artists.